I do believe that everyone can get better at creating and sustaining resilience, rising above adversity. Almost all of us will experience some kind of adversity in our lives. Most of us will go through some pretty tough times at some point in our lives and uh, settle down for a while. A few years later, there's some more tough times. Hello, my name is James Nussbaumer, and I'm the author of two great books. The first one is called The Master of Everything. It's a story of mankind in the world of illusion that we call life, and its sequel is called Mastering Your Own Spiritual Freedom. Both books are on sale everywhere books are sold, and they're published by Ozark Mountain Publishing Company. And a third is in the editing process right now and soon to be out, and more to come, and I'm so thrilled. But let me say that humans have a remarkable capacity to bounce back after problems. And for those of you that know my story, know that these two books that I had just shown you were written from the harshest conditions imaginable for any human being. Even more impressively, we all have the potential to get even better at resilience. It's in our intrinsic value to what we're about. There's a lot of good advice out there about increasing resilience. But here I want to focus, on the remarkable benefits of sharing your own story. Yes, sharing your own story. Emotional autobiographical, it's a tongue twister for me, autobiography type storytelling can be a path to truly winning and owning your story. Further, by giving your story away, you can use your own journey as a means to help others on their own journey. I've been surprised at the power and emotion in, here we go again with that word, autobiographical storytelling. Emotional autobiography, stick to that word, storytelling, means writing about events and people that have mattered to you in your own life, not just describing the facts of your lives. Research shows that even brief autobiography storytelling exercises can have substantial impacts on psychological and physical health, even months after the storytelling. Although, in the dominant Western culture, we often use writing to tell stories. I have also seen the power of oral storytelling, which is becoming more popular now that YouTube is around. For example, oral storytelling is a major tool in many interventions developed by American Indian healers. I'm currently working on a project with some great risers above adversity, like Kevin Moore of The Moore Show in the UK, Pat Patterson, a former police officer who was almost killed in the line of duty, and many other notables that I am aligned with in my thinking that examines the impact of one particular storytelling program, the Laws of Life Essays. The laws of life essays are really the laws of attraction. When you put your story out there and tell your story, you attract others to you because many around the world think just the way you do. It's unbelievable how that goes. It's unbelievable the connections that I've made. Two people I've just mentioned, Kevin Moore in the UK, who has the Moore Show, the Moore television show, and Pat Patterson, the police officer, almost killed in the line of duty. Because of my writing, because of my extending myself, the law of attraction pulled them towards me, and I was able to meet them and take on a relationship with them, where now the three of us are expanding on our own and doing some things. It is not just the storytelling or writing it down that's important, but knowing that what you write will be read by others, and the hope that by sharing in a public, or can I say in a universal way, to the universe, sharing your story with the universe. And I think those of you that have a intrinsic value to yourself that you're aware of know what I'm saying there when I mention the universe. Someone else might be inspired or helped by your story, but surprisingly, the evidence from many studies suggests that It is not necessary to keep a journal, but I do because I love to do it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't keep a journal, that you should not do it, but many people dread the idea of keeping a journal. And as people say, I just can't keep a journal. But even writing on just 1 or 2 days of the week, if you, for a half hour at a time, if you put yourself into it, that can have significant psychological benefits to yourself and to the world and to others that you don't realize that you are helping. Realizing that sharing your story can help others, finding your voice, reaffirming your values, finding peace, finding hope. What's the difference between someone who has achieved resilience and someone who has not? One important difference is a sense of well-being. People who have found their voice, shared their story, not afraid to share their story, and reaffirmed their values, often find a sense of peace and hopefulness that they did not have before. I can show you how to do this. Click on the link in the description box down below, and it will take you to the Real Abundance page of my website that will show you how to get started. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish the best in the world to you, and God bless.